Good afternoon, folks. It's Aaron from Pape Family Pastures. I just moved the cows this afternoon. You can see them behind me here, grazing this new paddock. Some beautiful grass, beautiful pasture that they have to eat right now. And I just wanted to take a moment to talk to you guys about the importance of having cattle in our food system, having cattle in our agricultural systems. There's a lot of talk these days about how everybody should be eating vegan, or how cattle are, destroying the planet. But what is missing from that conversation is the fact that all this beautiful grass and clover, none of that is people food. And so cattle are the mechanism that transforms this very environmentally beneficial thick sward of pasture and turns that into something that you and I can eat. The meat, the milk, those products that otherwise we wouldn't have. And so pasture is just such a wonderful benefit for the environment. My formal training is in soil and water conservation. And when you compare cropland to pasture, it's hands down far more beneficial for water quality, for soil health, to have land in well-managed pasture than it is to have it in continuous crop production. But cattle are the reason to have that pasture. We can't digest grasses and clovers and all the other plants out here. We are monogastric. We have one stomach. You may have heard that cattle have 4 stomachs. But in reality, it's they have one stomach but 4 chambers. But the rumen, in particular, is what really sets cattle, sheep, goats, camels, the ruminants, apart from the rest of the animals. They have the ability to digest cellulose. So our pasture grass here, the cell walls that make up that plant are made out of cellulose. That is a molecule that is indigestible by monogastrics. And so if we would eat this grass, we'd get some water-soluble vitamins and minerals out of this, but most of that would pass right through you, in the form of fiber. Cattle, on the other hand, have that rumen, and what that really is a fermentation chamber. It's full of beneficial microorganisms that are able to break down the cellulose in this plant and release the energy held within those cells. And so that's why cattle and other ruminants can eat nothing but grass and get nice and fat, just like that guy right there. That's a nice looking steer. If it wasn't for the ability of ruminants to be able to digest grass, there would be no, from a human perspective, no reason to have grasslands and pastures like this. And from an environmental standpoint, pasture land like this helps keep the water clean. It's sequestering carbon from the atmosphere, helping reduce the impacts of climate change, not contributing to them. So we need to have cattle in our food system. Cattle are great for building an agricultural system around that allows us to use beneficial plants like grasses and transform them into usable human food. So if you have any questions about the impacts of cattle on climate change, or how pastures are beneficial, or maybe not, maybe you have a different opinion, to the environment, I'd love to talk with you guys. But hope you learned something today. And as always, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can reach out to me. Again, this is Aaron from Pape Family Pastures. Everybody have a great day.